Good.
Yep.
We're gonna go about 30 more seconds here. Those arms wiggling. Loosen up some lactic acid, get the blood flowing some there. Right. Okay guys, go ahead and stop. Let's do some forward back slaps here. Stretch out your chest, stretch out your back. Throw them into some swirls if your shoulders are all right with it, if you're comfortable with it. Forwards, backs. Grab a wall if you need to. Let's get into some swings. Loose swings, guys. We're not trying to screw anything up here, right? A little bit of a pull when your legs in the back and a little bit of pull into your glutes when your legs forward. 10, 20 swings. Yeah, just getting the blood flowing. Yeah, let's switch the other leg. So everything that we're doing today is pretty much for time. I'm going to ask you to try to focus on the muscles that we're interested in working on. Since we don't have a bunch of weight, we can't really get under a whole lot of physical stress with it, but we can get your muscles activated and make sure you're feeling what we're meaning for you to feel. Okay? Before we start, let's work on posture. Get you set up in a couple positions, all right? So whether you're in the deadlift or in some of the reverse flies that we're doing or lunges, think about keeping your shoulders back and down retracted, all right? So you're trying to squeeze your shoulder blades and wrap them around your spine. So if you're sloped over like this, you're gonna feel it in your low back. You could feel it elsewhere, all right? So in the standing upright position, shoulders back, down. Right here, squeeze your core and check out your pelvis. Make sure it's not rotated forward or rotated back, all right? So sort of find that middle ground. You want your pelvis in that neutral position. Heels should be about hip to shoulder width apart, toes slightly tracking outward, all right? You want to make sure that if you can, kick off your shoes. You have a lot of sensory nerves in your feet here. This gives us a good chance to walk on solid ground and feel the ground. But while we're in these different positions, you want to make sure that your weight stays on this part of your foot, right? So try to stay out of your toes. Try to stay not too much back on your heels, and for sure out of your arches, all right? So at the top and in any position, try to hold that upright posture, all right? So we're gonna start with deadlifts, just going through the moves of the deadlift, all right? So let's go heels about hip to shoulder width apart, toes tracking forward, shoulders back, proper posture with the upper part of your body. First part of the move is to take your hips and kick them backwards. Once they're back, arms are straight out in front of you, bending hands down until they get past your kneecap, then you bend at knees and hips. If you check out my low back here, my entire back, I'm completely straight. So if you're rounded like this, try to push your chest out and pull those shoulders back, all right? You should feel a little bit of a stretch / squeeze in your hamstrings, glutes here. We're working your entire back, all right? Go ahead, back up to a standing upright position. Kick your hips forward, squeeze your glutes. Make sure your shoulders are all right there, okay? So I'm gonna set the timer for 2 minutes. We're gonna do 2 minutes of this exact exercise. I'm gonna count out my repetitions. Try to follow my pace. If you have to go slower, go slower. Try not to go faster though, because I don't want you to use momentum to create this motion. Think about hamstrings, glutes, entire back controlling it. Okay? Here we go. 2 minutes, guys, all right? I'm going to count them out. All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you're feeling it in your quads, you're bending your knees too far forward. If you're feeling it in your chest, you're bending too far forward. You're squeezing your chest. You should feel it all back. Hamstrings, glutes. Lost track of count there. Let's call it about 15, all right? Again, trying to follow my pace. Please don't go farther than me. Just go nice, slow, control the movement. All right, guys, we're 45 seconds in. Hopefully you're feeling it a little bit through your back, hamstrings, glutes. Paying close attention to your back, making sure, again, if it's not If it's not, doesn't seem noticeable, that back should be straight. Hopefully it is at this point. Okay, we're 1 minute in, guys. 1. I'm starting my count over again. 2. Good. 3. 4. Think about posture, shoulders back, glutes squeezed. Hopefully hamstrings are starting to loosen and fire at the same time. Remember, stay off of the arches of your feet. Stay out of your toes. Equally balanced from heel to mid-foot. We have 30 seconds left here, guys. All right. Looking good from my angle. Hey guys, if you have if you have some stuff going on in the background, if you would just put yourself on mute, so that hopefully everyone can hear me and not everything else that's going on. Okay, go ahead, relax and stop, please. Okay, next exercise. Step back, alternating lunges. All right. So you'll start on one leg. You're going to kick the opposite leg back and out a little bit. Lower yourself down to the ground, bringing your knee to the ground if you can. If you can't go all the way down, no worries. Take your knee as close to the ground as you can. Importantly, you're keeping most of your weight on that front leg with this upright position. Right, so the back leg that goes back there should be more or less just for a little bit of balance. All right, we're going to alternate legs as you go through this rotation. Guys, your quads are responsible for this move. Your glutes are responsible for it. Your core to keep you upright and your entire back to keep you upright as well. Okay? We're going to rotate through for 3 minutes straight. Try to follow my pace. Try not to outpace me. Okay? Here we go. And 3, 2, 1, and go. Alternating legs. If you're feeling it in your hamstrings, they might be a little bit tight from the deadlifts that we just did. But try to think about putting your mind to that muscle and making a muscle-mind connection to get it to fire up. Good, nice and slow, nice and easy. If you're starting, check out your knees as well, guys, as you're performing this. Make sure your knees aren't bending in or out. Try to keep them as stable as possible for the entire movement. Good? How are we feeling here, guys? Good? All right. Remember, as you start to fatigue here, I'm going to try and stay upright. If you're not following my pace, start to slow off. It's okay. We're only a minute in. We got 2 more to go. 2 more minutes left. When you're in the down position of the squat or the lunge, you should more or less be able to take that back leg up and lift it off of the ground. If you're not able to, you got too much weight on the back leg. All right? That's pretty good though. Quads firing up here, hopefully. This is a solid balance exercise as well. Don't forget about your abdominals, your obliques, squeezing them to keep your torso upright instead of leaning forward. We don't want any of this ideally. You want to try and stay upright. Keep that weight on that front quad. I'm starting to lose my breath here a little bit, but we got 1 more minute left, guys. Just to remind points of contact. Try not to round up onto your toes. Consciously stay out of the arch of your foot. Take a look down, make sure your knee's not swaying as you're lowering yourself down and as you're pushing yourself away. 30 seconds here, guys. And if you gotta stop, stop. Otherwise, looking like a good pace. Nice. 20 seconds left. These last couple seconds, think about squeezing that core a little bit, squeezing your abdominals, your obliques. Get a little bonus out of these lunges. 5 seconds, guys. And stop. Relax. All right. Take a 30-second break. Okay. This next one is no weight, but it's sort of technical. All right. So what we're gonna focus on is in between your shoulder blades, out to the external rotators of your shoulder and your mid-back, sort of supported by your low back. So you're gonna assume the deadlift down position. So we were doing deadlift, you were right about here. So this is your start and your hold position, all right? So right here, you're gonna make sure shoulders are back, back is flat and straight. Your weight is evenly distributed through your feet. Take your hands, face your palms away from you. Kick your shoulders back, thumbs up into the sky. Thumbs up to the sky, squeeze, hold. Guys, if you go like this, it's a waste of your time, all right? You wanna get your arms all the way back there. When you feel like there's a limit that your arms aren't gonna go any farther, try to push them a little farther. Squeeze those muscles back there, holding for a second, and back down to knee depth, all right? What you're trying not to do is to stand up and use any momentum, all right? So you're supported by your low back, your mid, upper back, and the shoulders are creating the motion. We're going for 2 minutes. Try to follow my pace. If you have to slow down, but please try not to use momentum and control the movement with your back. Here we go, guys. 2 minutes and start. Back straight. Remember, you're trying to touch your thumbs to the sky. Nice, slow, easy. We don't have weights, we don't have dumbbells, but you can for sure activate and feel those muscles back there with a slow, controlled movement. Because we're slumped over most of the day, our postures on computers, phones, and whatnot, your shoulders bound forward, right? So this activity basically hits all of those muscles that are responsible for pulling your shoulders back. So at this point, you should be feeling a little bit of a burn up there. Hopefully your quads and hamstrings are fired up for support here. Think about squeezing your core to support your lower back if you're starting to get sore there. We're a minute in, guys. All right?
Mobility on the right side.
Yeah, it's one of us. Just to point out, if you are able to locate your spine right between your shoulder blades, that's the area you're looking to squeeze. Those are your rhomboids responsible for pulling and helping and assisting your rotator cuff, your external rotators of your shoulder. 20 seconds, guys. Looking good from what I can see. 10 seconds. My hamstrings are kind of firing up here a little bit. 5 seconds. And relax. All right. Next exercise. So we're going to take this to the ground. We're going to get into some push-ups, all right? We're going to try a wide variation of the push-up. So pretend I'm facing the ground. This is how I'd like you to place your hands on the ground. It's going to be a wide stance push-up. So palms are out at about shoulder width apart, double shoulder width apart, excuse me. Lower your chest to the ground, press away, straighten your arms. Your hands should be at about chest depth, right? You don't want you all the way up into your shoulders. Your pecs, you need to be responsible for this. If it's too difficult to do from straight leg, just drop down to your knees. Melissa has a particular discomfort in her shoulder. So I'm gonna show her to do butterflies, okay? So if you get into push-ups and can't do them, just get into a butterfly chest squeeze. Right here is the squeeze in your chest to get your chest activated. We'll try this real quick. So you're bending your elbows, good. Forward, chest squeeze. Hands together, hold for 2 to 3 seconds. Okay, guys, we're going 2 minutes here. 2 minutes of straight push-ups is a lot. So follow my pace, go slow. Please don't try to outpace me, but take a break, take a rest when you need it, okay? So we're going for 2 minutes straight. Everybody assume positions, please. Remember, squeeze your abdominals, your obliques to support the motion. All right, let's do it. I'm just gonna count these out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Quick reminder, guys, this is a chest exercise, right? So if you start to feel it in your shoulders too much, your shoulders are rounding forward, or your hands are too high towards your head. All right, so you want to bring your hands so they're at about chest height with respect to feet. Hopefully that makes sense to everyone. Hands are down. You can see me there. Hands are not up at my shoulders. Hands are down at my chest. We're 1 minute and 10 in, guys. Another 5-0 left. If you're going from straight leg, you're starting to fatigue out, drop down to knees. If from knees is starting to get too tired, stand up and perform chest squeezes as Melissa's doing. We got 30 seconds here. Woo! I'm starting to sweat. 15, guys, 15. If your hips are starting to sag, lift them up. Squeeze your core. You're starting to feel it in your back. Regress to your knees or stand up and perform as Melissa is. Go ahead and stop. Let's take a break. Okay. All right. Push-ups are wrap. Let's take this down a little bit. Take this down a notch and get into some balance. All right. For anyone that was here last week, we did single leg touchdowns. We're going to go a little bit of a variation on that and ask you to touch in 3 positions. To the ground forward, to your right, to your left. Trying not to set that right leg, or trying not to set that leg down. Basically a 3-point touch. To your left, try to catch your balance if you go down. Keep that other leg swinging, okay? We're gonna go for a minute on each leg. Okay guys, here we go. And 3, 2, 1, start. All right. It's a lot of hamstring, a lot of glutes, a lot of balance. Think about squeezing your core to help support the movement. Touching all 3 positions without touching that leg that's in motion, if possible. I like a little bit more speed on this one. You can slow it down if you'd like. A lot more muscles at play here. Woo, almost lost it. 20 seconds, guys. Hopefully you're starting to feel it in your butt a little bit. Maybe some hamstrings, calves. Maybe even back, shoulders. That being said, think about keeping your shoulders back as much as possible, all right? Let's switch. Other leg, please. the leg, again forward, adjust as you have to the left, and then to the right. Looking good, guys. Yogis usually have a better time with this one. Their balance is pretty on point. If you're walking around with thick-soled shoes or you're using thick-soled shoes right now, it's a little more difficult to balance because the nerves and the sensors on the bottom of your feet, they're not really stable. They're not really relating with the ground that you're in contact with. So it's a little bit easier, but also better for your movement when you're not exercising. Okay, go ahead, relax. Okay. Next one, we're going core, guys. We drop down to the ground. We'll get into Russian twists. So this one can be tricky, okay? You're looking for about a 90-degree angle at your knee, about a 90-degree angle at your hip, and then your shoulders to be back, your chest to be up, and your back to be straight. As you're performing this, if you fatigue, it's going to go right into your back and it's going to hurt. So if that does happen, lean back and bring your knees into your chest, okay? Before you do that though, really think about squeezing tight to support your low back. We're going to go for a minute with this pace, okay? With each touch, if you would please make an audible exhale. Feel a squeeze. Feel a squeeze. Feel a squeeze with each touch, okay? We're going for a minute. Let's see how it goes, all right? 3, 2, 1, and go. Number 90 at knees, 90 at hips. Nice slow. Exhale, touchdowns. That squeeze with that exhale is the extra support from your core that you need to support that low back, or else it's going to take on the brunt of the exercise. Halfway there, guys. Remember, shoulders back. Guys, if you're starting to feel it, just relax, lean forward, come back into it. Get back into those exhales. 10 seconds left. 5. And relax. Let's stay down here. We're taking a 30-second break. We'll do it one more time. Guys, it's good to lean forward, wrap your arms around your legs, your knees here to sort of relax that low and mid back out. Extend and lengthen your spine. Hang out there. Move yourself around a little bit. And we're going again in 3, 2, 1, go. Guys, if this is too easy for anyone, go ahead and lift those knees up and think about a ball or something being in between your knees and press your knees together. Pressing your knees together will activate your core even more. Don't forget those exhales. Nice, slow, controlled. If it's getting to be too much, guys, come up onto your legs, relax your back, and get right back into it. There we go, 10 seconds. Woo! 5. And relax. Okay. Next up, straight arm plank. straight arm plank. So we're going from straight arm. You're holding a plank position. You want to place your feet about a foot apart. So the move is going to be to rotate your feet and bring your arm out and up to the side. So from here, my wrist should be above my shoulder, above my shoulder, above my wrist. So you're trying not to stay leaning forward. You want to get all the way upright. Get those obliques fired up here. Lean forward back into a plank hold. Rotate to the other side. Guys, we don't want your hips sagging. We don't want any extra pressure on your back here. So if that gets too difficult, go to your knees and rotate through your knees. If that's too difficult, or if you're starting to feel fatigue, just hold the plank and hang out there, okay? Let's go for a minute. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, here we go. And guys, we want to take momentum out of it. You want to feel your core controlling the twist. You also want your shoulder joints squeezed and stabilized. Making sure to keep your hips up. And make sure with each reach, you're rotating to the outside or inside of your feet respectively, so you're not staying on your toes. You got 20 seconds left. Couple extra cognizant squeezes, if you would, in your core to support. And relax. Okay. We got one more for us, guys. This one is the intense one, okay? We're gonna do skiers. Skiers, you're gonna decide how far you wanna jump, and we're gonna jump laterally, side to side, right? So you're gonna jump 1, 2, back and forth. Using your arms to swing and propel yourself. Landing on extended ankles, bent knees, bent hips, with back straight, arms swinging down to absorb the blow. All right, so if this jump for 3 minutes is too much, take it all the way out, which is gonna intensify it that much more, okay? That being said, we're going for 3 minutes. If it's too much on your ankles and on your knees, take a single step. I'm gonna try to move through it this way, all right? I believe that everyone here will be good with that. If that doesn't work, just hang out, bang out some squats, all right? 3 minutes, guys. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Remember, landing on toes, landing on the balls of your feet, using momentum here. This is the total body exercise of the day. We're good, guys. Again, if you have to slow down, just take a hop. We're using momentum to keep us going here. Interesting difficulty level here. Try to make the landing silent. If you're landing and you're pounding, you're probably putting a little too much weight, a little too much impact on knees and joints. So try to be as quiet as you can with each hop. And again, if this is too easy for anyone, please take it out farther. By all means, challenge yourself safely. That being said, guys, mind your posture. Make sure your shoulders are staying upright, all right? Using momentum as much as possible. Try to keep moving. Even if it means stepping. We're halfway there, all right? Woo. No, I got a sweat going on. Just over a minute, guys.
Ooh, I felt bullshit on the single legs being harder or easier.
Yes. Well, it's just less impact.
Okay. What?
Yeah, hopefully quads are starting to fire up here a little bit, guys. If you feel like your heart rate's going too much, slow it down. We don't need anyone passing out, all right? Otherwise, let's keep it moving. We got 30 seconds left. Spread those jumps out. Home stretch. Nice, guys. 20 seconds. Woo. 10 seconds left. Three, two, one, done. Nice. Okay. Gotta grab some water, cool down. Let's shut this down, all right? Turn this mute off. Melissa,
Huh?
what you said you muted everyone?
I did.
This one.
Well, that would be to me.
Perfect. Okay, how's everyone feeling? Everyone good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Doing good.
Anyone want? Does anyone want to go another round?
Sure.
Okay. Anyone else? If you're not into it, no worries. Otherwise, we're gonna do 30 seconds of each exercise, back to back to back to back to back to back to back. All right? Home stretch. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Match up, yeah.
All right. Okay, so we're going 30 seconds deadlifts, then 30 seconds single leg lunges, and I'll just prompt you guys from there, all right? Rapid fire, 30 seconds each coming our way. Okay, let's do it. Okay, guys, body weight deadlifts in 3, 2, 1, go. Remember, back straight. This is hamstrings, glutes, lower back. You want to feel it there. Shoulders back squeeze. Keep your shoulder blades squeezed around your spine. Core squeeze to support your entire back. 5 seconds. And switch it up. Step back lunges, please. All right. Next one's going to be the bent over. Still got 20 seconds left. Next one is the bent over reverse flies. Hopefully your quads are feeling this at this point. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Reverse flies, guys. Assume the deadlift position. Get your thumbs up to the sky, all right? Nice, slow and easy. Through shoulder blades, mid-spine, to your external rear part of your shoulder.
It's fucking
It's
crazy.
restricted.
Bad.
For sure. 10 seconds, guys. Three, 2, 1. Wide stance push up. We've got 30 seconds. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 15 seconds, guys. 15. 5 left. And done. Next up, balance touches. We're going 30 seconds per leg, all right? If your right foot's on the ground, use your left arm. If your left foot's on the ground, use your right arm. Try not to touch down if possible. Think about shoulders back. You guys are gonna have nightmares, as most people that I work with do, about me saying shoulders back, please. Okay, switch legs, other side. Remember, opposite hand to the foot that's on the ground, please. Ten seconds in. Guys, if you're feeling a little dizzy from this, please sit down or take a break. When you take your head, place it beneath your heart. After an intense exercise like this, it can make you a little dizzy. Go ahead, stop, switch. Russian twists. Go to the ground. Remember, 90 degrees at knees, 90 at hips, chest out. Exhale, lead touchdown. Halfway there, guys. Feel that core squeeze with each touch, please. Big exhale. And switch. Straight arm plank. Dynamic in motion. Here we go. Remember, keep your hips, guys. Keep your hips up, please. Go into the outside, inside of your feet respectively. Don't stay on your toes. This is too much. Drop to your knees, rotate through your knees, or just hold the straight arm plank. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Okay, last one, skiers. Reset grand finale, 60 seconds. All right, we're in it. Jump as far as you can go, or as little as you can go. Step if it's too much. Take a break if it's even more. If it's even too much. Woo. 20 seconds in, guys. Remember, as quiet as you can there. Less noise, the less impact on your joints. Then we're going 60 here, guys. We got 20 seconds left. Use the momentum. All right, home stretch, 10 seconds. Everything you got. Jump higher and farther if you can. 2, 1, done. Hell yeah. Way to work, everyone. Air high five. Take a couple seconds, catch your breath. Walk it out if you need to. You all right? Okay. Let's start with quads, all right? Stretching your right quad, grab it with your left hand, please. Bring it across the midpoint of your body. Pull that leg back. Grab a wall if you need it. You can use same arm, same leg, it's just a little bit more comfortable for your knee. So increase the stretch, pull that knee back even farther. Swing that leg out 5-10 times. All right, let's switch sides. The other leg, please. Whew. My left side is definitely tighter than my right.
Everybody needs to come before he starts.
Sure. Guys, if you're noticing as we're going through these stretches, if you're noticing something that's tight, you might want to do this again in the future or mimic these stretches, which, depending on whichever muscle you're using that's tight. Try bringing them back into your day today, tomorrow. Help loosen them up. Let's swing that leg, please. Okay, back to the opposite leg. Let's hit your hamstrings. Straighten the leg that we're stretching completely out, locking your knee, pulling your toes towards you. Bend the opposite leg back and bend at the hip. If you're bending at your back, you're not going to hit your hamstrings. You're going to be able to go all the way down. Bend at the back, bend to your hips, lean forward. Use your hands to hold that leg straight. You get a nice little squeeze back into your hamstrings there. Maybe down into your calves, maybe down into your glutes. Most importantly though, keep that knee of the leg that you're stretching straight as well as your back. Fun experiment is to round that back and see how the stretch goes away and then straighten it out again and just watch it come back pretty intensely. All right, let's switch sides please. Let's hit the other leg. Straighten it out. Pull your toes towards you. Bend at the hips, back straight. All right, let's go ahead and stand up. A little slow forward and backs. Stretching out your chest here. Stretching out your back there. Forward, back. Keeping your hands down around hip height, so make sure we hit your chest. Okay guys, let's spread your heels. Legs about double shoulder width apart. Wrap your hands into your elbows and drop your head, your arms, and your back down between your legs and try to keep your knees as straight as possible. Just rock back and forth there, nice and slow, nice and easy. Sag your neck, let it relax.